wasn't trying to hide anything from you. I was just waiting to get better.
Oh, she's not going to get better, Jody. Not unless something is done, and soon. Your sister needs your help.
Me? Well, I'll do anything I can. You know that.
I knew you would. That's what I told Nicole. Jody.
Just tell me what you want me to do.
All right, there's a form of treatment that could turn things around for Nicole, make her completely well again. But it takes the cooperation of a blood relative.
And that's me.
That's you, yes. You're the only possible donor.
Donor? Do you mean blood donor?
No, the procedure that we would like to perform is called a bone marrow transplant.
Bone marrow? Do you mean from my legs?
No, actually, the marrow would be extracted from your hip.
Well, that's the same thing, isn't it?
Now, listen, Jody, it isn't something where they cut you open or anything like that. There's a large needle that's used, and it's inserted into the bone, and that's how the substance is extracted.
Oh, my God.
Wells, please stop. This is horrible.
It's not horrible. This is routine.
Routine?
Jody, listen to me. Your marrow replaces itself very quickly. There'd be a short period of recuperation. You would be as good as new.
Well, what if something went wrong? Sometimes in operations, things do go wrong, don't they?
No, there's no danger of that. Not very much. It's nothing for you to worry about.
But what if something happened? And my legs, they weren't strong
Jody,
anymore.
listen to me. You are a young, healthy girl. There will be no permanent injury.
Judy, listen. This isn't something that you have to do. We're not going to make you do this.
Oh, Nicole, please.
Nicole, I'd do anything for you. Anything.
I know you would. I know. But you have a choice. This is voluntary.
Well, no. It's not quite that simple, Jody. Your sister needs this transplant. It's not a matter of ifs or maybe. She needs it, and she can't have it without you.
I'm sorry. I can't grasp what you're telling me. Do you know what kind of a shock it is to come in this house and hear all...
You listen to me. You gotta understand what I'm telling you, because there is no choice. You've got to give your consent, Jody. You've got to.
Edge of Night is brought to you by Bold 3 Detergent Plus Fabric Softener. Clean softens, controls static, Bold 3. And by Puritan Oil, for great tasting food and more.
Beautiful.
Here's a little housewarming gift.
Oh, I'll get the glasses.
Use these.
Puritan oil.
Puritan's part of our diet to fight cholesterol.
And it makes food taste great.
I always use corn oil. Puritan has more polyunsaturates than corn oil. It also looks lighter. It tastes lighter.
You have excellent taste in gifts.
Puritan, a delicious part of your diet to fight cholesterol.
Marge, I don't have enough money. Well, put back this detergent and fabric softener and get this detergent with built-in fabric softener. Bold 3? It's some value.
Why spend the money on separate detergent and fabric softener? Buy Bold 3. It's detergent and fabric softener together. Bold 3 cleans, softens, and controls static.
More Bold 3? Why spend extra? Bold 3 cleans and softens in one.
Detergent plus fabric softener. That's the built-in value of Bold 3.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get so worked up. It's just that Nicole's health is all that matters to me right now.
I know.
And I know this is not a small favor that I'm asking. It's just, you see, if it weren't so important, I wouldn't ask it at all.
Well, believe me, I'm not taking this lightly.
No, well, I know in your situation under these circumstances, it must sound like I'm asking for the moon.
Well, we could say this came at a pretty awkward time. Talk about having good news and bad news.
You said that there was something you had to tell us when you came in. What was it?
I was at the dance studio. I had this talk with Gavin.
About the new company?
Gavin gave me his blessing. He wants me to join Martine's company.
Oh, congratulations. I know that means a lot to you.
Except I thought we'd all be celebrating right now.
Well, now look. This transplant doesn't have to put that much of a crimp in your plans.
Miles' rehearsal starts almost immediately.
Well, you won't be out of action for very long.
You don't understand. If I'm not in top form now, Martina's gonna go out and get somebody else. I'm hardly what you call irreplaceable.
This is something that you've been wanting for a long time.
I've never felt so torn. I really want to join this company more than anything. But I want to help you, Nicole. I really do.
There'll be other dance companies, Jody.
But who knows when? Maybe never, for all I know.
Jody, that's nonsense. You know it.
If something goes wrong during this transplant, I won't be able to dance anymore. My career will be over before it started.
Jody, you're going to be part of this troupe. And that's that.
Nicole, what are you doing? You can't close the door on this.
I just have.
Great. Now I've really done it.
Now, don't get down on yourself. We'll talk more about this later.
You and Nicole, you gave me a home. A real family. And this is how I pay her back, right? God, she must hate me.
No. I better go up and see if she's all right.
What am I gonna do?
Well, look who's here.
Hello, Gavin.
Who bought that for you? Or did it fall off the back of a truck? You really do look very nice.
I'm glad you like it.
If you came here wanting to brush up on your ballroom dancing, I'm afraid you came to the wrong place.
I won't be working tonight.
All dressed up with someplace to go. Isn't that nice?
Yes, I do have an engagement this evening.
Must be a pretty hot date for you to get all dolled up like that.
I'm having dinner with Sky and his aunt.
How about that? So you're finally getting to meet the family.
It's going to be a simple get-together. Skylar and his aunt haven't seen each other for quite some time.
Sounds to me as if Sky's finally getting down to business.
Listen, I don't have so much time. I'm here to talk about Judy.
You think Sky's gonna get down on bended knee and ask the big question?
How did we get on this topic?
I can't wait to see the ring. I wonder if any of the crown jewels have been stolen.
All right. Obviously, we won't be able to talk like adults tonight. So why don't you get in touch with me when you're grown up, all right?
Don't go. Please.
Get out of my way.
And all those things I said, I didn't mean them. I'm sorry.
Oh, yes, you did mean them.
No, I've had a long day and my nerves are shot. I had no right talking to you that way, and I know it.
You always had the temperament of a grizzly bear. Why don't you try to think before you speak next time, all right?
You said you wanted to talk about Jody.
Yes. I was hoping to convince you to allow Jody to join my dance company.
Do you honestly believe she's ready?
For the role I want her to fill, yes.
I don't want her winding up in the back row of some chorus line. She's better than that.
Look, I know you consider Jody your protege, your prized possession.
All I want to do is help Jody become the best she can be.
This is not my intention to undermine you. to deprive you of your star pupil. And when I tell you there is nothing personal in this, please believe me for once.
You've wasted your time coming here, you know.
Oh, sure.
I've already given Jody my blessings. I already told her it was okay. She's all yours.
So you do have a heart after all.
I know you never thought so.
Oh, Gavin, that's not true. Don't say that.
Just take care of her. She's young, even younger than you were when you were her age. Now, she can take direction well, but she's not very good at taking criticism.
You talk as if you were losing Jody. I know that won't happen.
Why? Because of my track record? I haven't done too well holding on to my dance students, have I?
Thank you for this.
Do you believe what one family can do to a bathroom? And it's not just the dirt. It's those bathroom germs. That's why I don't just clean. I cometize.
Because Comet does more than clean. See? It disinfects as it cleans. So with Comet, I wipe away germs as I cut through dirt.
That's cometized. Why, even in the toilet, Comet kills up to 99% of the germs. That's cometized.
Of all the products you can buy, nothing cleans and disinfects your bathroom better than Comet with Chloranol. In fact, Comet is a registered hospital disinfectant.
With my family, I want a bathroom that's more than clean. I cometize.
Wipe away germs as you clean your bathroom. Cometize.
Mom, he took my brownie. Ricky, you can't put it back together.
You can, if it's moist.
It's magic.
Duncan Hines does it with the liquid flavor packets.
Duncan Hines brownies. Our magic is our moistness.
You mean you're not here to avail yourself of my charm and good company? I'm deeply hurt.
Well, let me mix a little business with pleasure, if that doesn't offend you.
As long as I don't have to put my coat on it.
Might as well get right to the point. I want to talk about the Dorn case. What do you think? Do we have enough evidence to push for an indictment against Kelly McGrath?
You arrest him and I'll push, but you really think it's that good a bust?
We're just tiptoeing around the obvious.
I don't know. So far, all of your leads have come to nothing. To be precise, they've gone right down the drain.
Most of us feel that Dorn was killed as the result of the misguided anger of a hot-headed kid, one who had a grudge against him. Now, I don't find any problem with that motive, do you?
Well, that blood-stained puppet doesn't make him look any less guilty, I'll grant you that.
Blood on the puppet was Dorn's.
I don't know. McGrath strikes me as being anything but a dumb kid. And using a puppet or something like that as an instrument for murder, something that could be so readily associated as yours, well, that's just not a very bright thing to do.
Stabbing somebody is not a very bright thing to do. Obviously, the murder was committed during irrational rage. The puppet was handy, so he used it. He didn't leave it near the body. He took it with him.
But he left it somewhere else.
We assume by accident.
By accident? Or deliberately?
Yeah, we thought about the possibility of a frame, sure.
Well, I guess it's pretty obvious. It's always nice if you can get somebody else to take a murder rap for you, isn't it?
Even Kelly McGrath would have thought it was obvious. It's possible he might have framed himself.
That's a little subtle, even for a smart kid.
Yeah, but not for a sick kid.
I don't know. Still missing something for me.
What?
Motive. Well, sure, I can see a possible motive for killing Elliot Dorn, but why would he want to attack Marley Sherwood, and what possible reason could he have for sticking a knife in Cliff Nelson, Cliff's his attorney?
With Comtrex, you may almost forget you have a cold.
I know my cold is still there, but thanks to Comtrex, I almost feel like it's gone.
I still have a cold, but thanks to Comtrex, I almost don't feel like I do.
These are some of the things you can take for a cold. But for one with nasal congestion, aches, sneezing, and coughs, Comtrex multi-symptom cold reliever does more. It even relieves coughs. So all by itself, it gives more kinds of relief than Dristan or Contac or Bayer. Try Comtrex in tablets, liquid, or capsules.
It's never felt better. My hair feels so good and healthy. Know why?
I colored it, then conditioned it in a whole new way, with Nice and Easy and its brand new conditioner, Lasting Touch. I got all this beautiful color, yet my hair's better conditioned than before I colored it. The clincher? All that soft, shiny, silky goodness lasts longer than with any other hair color, at any price. Nice and Easy. It sells the most, now it conditions the most.
Chocolate. Rich, mouth-watering Hershey's chocolate. That's what made Hershey America's chocolate company for 75 years. And that's the chocolate you get every time you bake a batch of cookies with Hershey's chocolate chips. Every chip is pure Hershey's through and through. And that makes every chocolate chip cookie a pure pleasure. Hershey's chocolate chips. They're real chips off the old block.
I've always been a pizza snob. Frozen pizza? Never. And then I discovered Stouffer's. It's terrific. You know why? They don't use pizza crust. Stouffer's uses good French bread because French bread really stays crisp and delicious, even frozen. And then Stouffer's heaps on the best pizza makings. I'm still a pizza snob. The only frozen pizza I'll eat is Stouffer's.
There really is a good frozen pizza. Stouffer's.
You know what I'm going to do, Pete? As soon as I get out of here, I'm going to come to New York, and I am going to have you take me out to the most expensive steak dinner we can find. And I'm even going to let you pay for it. Hey, Pete. Pete, you there? Some people have no sense of humor.
Hello, Cliffy.
Raven, what are you doing here?
I came to see my favorite patient. How are you?
Well, actually, I've contracted leprosy, and it's highly contagious. I think you better get out of here.
Well, I just spoke to the nurse out there, and she said you were doing just fine.
That big Amazon. I gave her strict orders not to let you come in here.
Don't worry, I'm not going to be here very long. The visitation hours are only 10 minutes longer, but I had to see...
No, 1 inch closer.
Cliff, you're getting awfully edgy.
Look, I am warning
Will you stop this nonsense? I came to talk to you about a topic that is very near and dear to you.
Talk fast. I've been taking speed listening since I've been in the hospital.
Think you're a real hotshot detective, don't you? Accusing me of killing Elliot Dorn. Well, I came to set you straight once and for all.
What do you intend on doing, Raven?
Cliff, while you've been lying in this bed deluding yourself, they solved the case.
You're out on bail already?
Will you stop it? They have found the person that killed Elliot, that stabbed you, and that attacked Molly Sherwood, and it's one and the same person.
You mean the police made an arrest?
Well, not yet. They're going to very soon.
Well, who is it?
Let's put it this way. Kelly McGrath had better stop puppeteering because he's going to be making license plates for the next 30 years.
And the police think that Kelly is their man?
You know, I can't wait to see Mike and Nancy Carr's face when they find out that their star boarder is nothing but a homicidal maniac.
You've got to have your facts wrong, Raven.
Oh, no, I know from whence I speak. As a matter of fact, I think I would pay to see their faces. They're always so smug. I'd love to see their chins drop.
Who told you this?
Oh, I have an impeccable source.
Who?
Comes from the top.
I might have known. Derek Mallory, huh?
The chief to you. Well, Derek says that he figures Kelly McGrath wasn't satisfied with just beating up Elliot Dorn, so he went back a second time and stabbed him.
Kelly never went back into that disco.
And then Molly Sherwood saw him leaving your office after you were stabbed, and then she was attacked. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah, well, it's perfectly wrong.
How can you say that? The pieces fit together perfectly.
Well, Kelly is innocent. I'm sure of it.
How can you say that, Cliff? Now, he must have stabbed you. Molly Sherwood saw him walk out of your office.
Raven, I mean, he might not be so thrilled that I found out what happened in Rome, but he's not going to try to kill me.
Wait a minute. What's this about Rome?
Oh, it's nothing. It's not important.
Cliff, what happened in Rome?
Well, Kelly was making pizzas in Rome. That's what happened.
You're holding out on me, Nelson.
Well, get out of here, will you, Raven? If you're not out of here by the time the nurse comes, I'm going to have her throw you out. You know she'll do it.
Yes, Sherlock. But I suggest you put your little magnifying glass back in your drawer because your investigative services are no longer needed.
Being a private eye is my hobby, and everybody needs a hobby.
As long as it's not defaming my character. And another thing, if you call me killer to anyone else, I just might prove you right. Bye-bye. Get well soon.
the Whitney clan. May we live to be healthy, wealthy, and wise for a long time to come.
Well, I hardly think that two Whitneys constitute a clan, but no matter. I'll drink to that.
I can't tell you what a pleasure it is seeing you again, Geraldine, after all these years.
Tell you the truth, Schuyler, I was rather surprised that you bothered to look me up when you returned to Monticello.
Geraldine, how can you say such a thing? I've been looking forward to this reunion.
Oh, come now. I was hardly your favorite relative.
Well, I must admit, you did put me off a bit. I mean, you were always so austere and intimidating.
What he's trying to say, my dear, is that I always highly disapproved of his naughtiness.
And my father's.
You don't find me austere and forbidding, do you, Martine?
Oh, not in the least. Actually, you remind me of my aunt. She was a grande dame.
What a nice thing to say. I like your lady friend, Schuyler.
Oh, I knew you would. She's a beautiful woman, isn't she?
Yes, very.
Oh, please. Oh, we were discussing Sky's naughty childhood. I'd like to know better.
Geraldine was the only member of the family who could make me behave. I remember sitting across the dinner table from her, terrified that I would use the wrong spoon and she would fix me with an icy stare.
Oh, that's utter nonsense. You never spent a moment of your life in fear of anyone, certainly not me.
Yes, Sky has a great deal of self-confidence. That's what happens when you are born with... Oh, what is the expression?
A silver spoon in your mouth.
Yes, thank you.
Well, unfortunately, Schuyler owned a good deal of the family's silver by the time he was, what, Schuyler? You were 11 when your father died, weren't you?
12. That's when I got to know the friendly neighborhood banker.
Well, still, it was a difficult thing for a 12-year-old to come into all that money.
Yes, I think I deserve some credit, don't you think, for being able to withstand the blow?
Well, I thought you were spoiled enough. The thing I remember best about Schuyler was his absolute obsession that he must have the best of everything.
Perhaps we could change the subject. I'm sure Martine is growing bored with our family reminiscences.
Oh, I'm quite all right, Sky.
Oh, I'm sure you'd rather talk about your favorite topic. I told you about the theater, Geraldine, the new company I'm forming.
Yes, you did. I'm very impressed.
Yes, it's going to be quite a job renovating the old Alhambra Theater. I want to bring it back to its days of glory. It's going to be a showcase for Martine, and the best dancers I can find.
Pardon. I must make a phone call. Excuse me.
We're talking about your favorite subject, Angel. Can't it wait?
No, it can't.
Well, then I shall have a phone brought to the table.
No, please. I'd rather not interrupt your discussion.
Cherie, you're a stranger here in town. Who could you possibly have to call?
It will only take a minute. Why don't you order me another glass of wine? Excuse me.
About your dance company, are you looking for investors?
Patrons might be the better word.
Hurry, hon. You're late for night school.
Are you sure you can handle this whole mess?
Ah, your new husband's a pro at laundry.
Yeah, well, you'll need a lot to get this clean.
Just some Era.
Ha! Some pro you are. Now, you need powder, spray for grease, and liquid for collars.
Era has ingredients like these. Cleans your whole wash all by itself.
You mean Era cleans more than my powder? Even something like axle grease?
I'm telling you.
Husbands, do it my way.
You used to trust me.
Bye.
Wives. Era's all I need.
He's right. Even on dirt this tough, when we test Era against powder, Era cleans better all by itself.
Hi, hon. Great job. Pants, collars, really clean. See, you did need all my things.
All I used was Era.
Come on, what about that grease?
It's clean.
Era cleaned all this?
All by itself. I guess you found a new detergent.
I guess you found a new job.
Era cleans it.
All by itself.
Linda Carter must defend herself against an imposter and prove she is the real Wonder Woman on Wonder Woman tonight at 6 o'clock. Then later, a poor orphan boy growing up in England is the center of this Dickens classic starring Lionel Barrymore and W.C. Fields in David Copperfield, tonight's 8 o'clock movie on Channel 48.
How is she?
Oh, I managed to get her to calm down. She's resting now.
I feel so awful. Nicole must think I'm such an ingrate.
No, Look, Jody, I know very well why you're frightened. I didn't mean to make it sound like you were being put under the gun before.
Miles, I know you would never twist my arm.
Well, that's not quite true.
What do you mean?
I'm afraid you've got to be made aware of the gravity of the situation, Jody.
Miles, you're scaring me again.
Well, good. Because this transplant isn't optional. It's Nicole's only hope.
Are you saying if I don't do this, she's gonna die?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Hello? Hello, Judy. Is that you?
Yes. Martine?
Yes. Listen, I'm calling to welcome you aboard. Gavin finally gave me the permission to have you in my company. I'm so excited for both of us.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it also.
Listen, have you a class tomorrow?
Yes, I do.
At what time?
11 o'clock.
All right. I will stop by at the studio. There is so much we have to talk about concerning the future.
Okay. Martine?
Yes?
Thank you again for this wonderful opportunity.
Oh, you're welcome, Judy. Bye.
Bye-bye.
When I first heard about Body on Tap, I thought, could a beer shampoo be that different? Well, in shampoo tests with over 900 women like me, Body on Tap got higher ratings than Prel for body, higher than Flex for conditioning, higher than Sassoon for strong, healthy-looking hair. Now I use Body on Tap for fuller body and for clean, strong, beautifully conditioned hair. Body on Tap, it's a great shampoo.
Sweetheart, you dazzle me.
Shine.
Windex lets you shine.
That crown's so bright, it's dynamite.
Shine. Windex lets you shine.
Windex shines a lot more than Windows, because only Windex has ammonia D. Cuts greasy dirt and makes counters, refrigerators, all shiny surfaces sparkle like glass without streaking.
Shine.
Beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful. Windex lets you shine.
Stay tuned for Love and Romance aboard the USS Princess on the Love Boat next. Then join Herman and the rest of his freaky family on the Munster, today at noon on Channel 48. This is Field Communications in Philadelphia.